One mic.
All I need is one mic.
What's the name of the show?
One mic with Big Mike.
You know, ain't nobody getting hurt, ain't nobody, there's no crime being committed.
And they say his style is too urban for the radio.
This is real life stuff that's happened to me.
Well, you know what?
You, and you.
One mic with Big Mike.
I like to be able to do what I want to do.
A sports talk show, but no subject matter is off limits.
Meek Mill's concert is not called the Hell Yeah, I Banged Khloe Kardashian concert.
And now, your host.
Put your hands together for the one, the only
Big Mike.
All I need is one mic.
Yeah, man. Back from the weekend. Welcome in to the One Mic with Big Mike show. Heard right here on Spreaker.com and the website onemicwithbigmike.com. That's the number one, MICWITHBIGMIKE.com. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Spread the word. Also, as we jump on into the show, the live interactive chat room is wide open. You can be a part of the show by simply going to my website. Once again, onemicwithbigmike.com. You'll see a streaming player at the bottom of the home screen. Just click on that little thought bubble you see dancing around down there. Use your Facebook account to log in, and you'll be a part of the show via my live interactive chat room. Give you the opportunity to ask questions, to give commentary, tell me what you think about me. If you got any subject matter suggestions, feel free to throw them out there. You can also chat back and forth with people that are in the chat room as well. Also, don't forget, as well as on the website, is my social media information. Twitter and Facebook are all there. The contact page, you can email me if you're anyone you know has any type of business interest or a small business and would like to participate and be a partner in the show, sponsoring a segment or an hour or whatnot. You can, just send me the email and we can work something out, see what we can do. You know what I mean? Let's see what else is going on, man. The weekend, I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys on Friday, man. I put up a best of April, some of the interviews I did in April, just in case you guys didn't catch them. I know sometimes, guys want to hear the interviews, and guys and girls want to hear the interviews, but you don't want to have to, find them within the show and search for them within the show. So I just posted a 2-hour long episode on Friday that was just the best of some of my interviews I did last month. When I'm not here, if you don't get a chance to stick around for the entire show, you guys can also get the shows on TuneIn, on iTunes if you have those apps on your phone. Also, Spreaker archives everything I do. My website, onemicwithbigmike.com, also is an archive of every episode I've ever done. Man, I can't believe it's already May. Started this thing in November 5th, I think it was. So everything is archived as well as on YouTube. You can get the stuff there. All right, so as far as today's show goes, today's gonna be crazy, man. Not crazy. It's gonna be fun, I think. To me, at least. I don't know how you guys are gonna accept it or receive it, but a lot of stuff happened in a very short amount of time over the weekend. It was a very slow sports weekend. We had a Game 7 in the NBA, which we'll definitely talk about. Dudes getting punched in the mouth, and we're not even talking about boxing or MMA on yesterday. But as far as everything else we're going to talk about today, of course, we got to do our daily look back into the annals of sports on this day. And it's a short version today, too. Very, very few things of importance. I edit out the stuff that I don't really care about, cricket and all that craziness, bowling and stuff like that. I edit all that stuff out. So what's left is a very, short and concise version of on this day. Also, let's see here. We got. I actually just added this. Russell Wilson gave a commencement speech at his alma mater at the Wisconsin University or the University of Wisconsin, at Wisconsin, the Badgers, right? And I was like, maybe I'll talk about it, maybe I wouldn't, because like the whole narrative that was on everyone's favorite channel, ESPN, it's kind of stupid, and that's what they do. They try to make you stupid by giving you a small little clip or excerpt of something and be like, oh my God, let me react in outrage to this. And, he's a weirdo anyway. So for when people start acting like, he's supposed to be something he's not, that makes you a weirdo. But right before I started the show, one of his former teammates at NC State had something to say about it. And it made me laugh, so I was like, okay, since it made me laugh, why not put it in the show? So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the Olympics, man, which I so feel like, I don't know about everybody else. I'm kind of just over the Olympics. The older I get, the more I realize it's a bunch to do about nothing. Who really takes pride in the winner of the 400-meter butterfly? You know what I mean? It's cool for that time, but it's essentially field day. It's field day for grown people, and you just, instead of representing your class in elementary school, you're representing the country. But for everything that goes into it, most countries, most of the places that it happens, look at the term Olympics. White elephant Olympics in any order, I believe. You'll see what I'm talking about. All these buildings and these structures that get built in these cities, they never get used again. Like 2 cities, I think they said have been fortunate. This city here where I'm at in Atlanta, and maybe London or Greece. One of those 2 was fortunate enough to come out of the Olympics smelling like roses. Or not even like roses, because there's a lot of places around here that don't get used. There's a tennis court right in Stone Mountain that, if you drive by right now, it's probably overgrown with bushes and weeds and everything. So, and then just to magnify that like 100 times when you're talking about big like theaters and arenas. I think it's just time to let the whole thing go. But I got this crazy story about the Russians that I want to talk about as it relates to the Olympics. But first, let's start the show off with yesterday. And I'm lightweight, even happy that it happened, because look, and I'm talking about is there was an actual fight in baseball yesterday. And it wasn't like a real baseball fight. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things that piss me off about baseball the most. And I don't care if people think I'm advocating violence, whatever. Go somewhere and put your peace bracelets on or whatever, your Unity bumper sticker on your Subaru. Yeah, this conversation ain't for you, obviously. But I'm the dude just like, okay, if I'm going to watch this baseball stuff, if I'm going to watch baseball where there's 162 games and people still feel like they want to talk about winning streaks and standings now in May, nah, there's nothing to talk about. Especially like for somebody like me that does a show in this format, there's nothing to talk about. Like, if I was doing a local show, I would be forced to talk about the Braves because I'm here in Atlanta, like I mentioned. But the Braves suck. They're terrible. And that's why I say forced to, because they're terrible, and they're going to be terrible probably this year and next year, until some of these young guys come around. If the plan works, if what they're trying to do works, it's going to be a few years of suffering here for baseball fans here in Atlanta. But the 2 things that baseball will give you from time to time that are made to be stories, some do to get popped for PEDs. That's happened a couple times in the last few weeks. And those weren't even really stories. It was like it happened, and it was like, all right, whatever. And then you have a bench-clearing, quote-unquote, brawl that is never, ever a brawl, right? But yesterday, the Rangers and the Blue Jays took the field in their final matchup of the season. Yeah, already. And Jose Bautista, you may know him from that famous bat flip he had in the playoffs last year against this same team, the Rangers. And there's this weird, stupid thing about baseball. Like, baseball players are such children, man. They want to act like the game is so, like, highbrow and you've got to understand and all this, like, it's an exclusive thing. Man, screw it. Baseball players are stupid. A dude hits a home run. He flings the bat aside. He flips the bat. Now we got a problem. Now I got to hit you at 90 miles an hour with a damn baseball. I don't understand how more of these dudes don't get their asses whooped. Like, do your job. You know what I mean? Like, imagine this scenario. Imagine every time somebody, like in the NFL, got a touchdown caught on them. Like, the next time they lined up, the dude just start choking them or something. You know, just like the corner just grabbed him by the face mask and slung him to the ground. That'd be ridiculous. And for a sport that already takes long enough and is already boring as hell, that should be the last thing you want, more delays. That's why I don't like that whole bench clearing thing. Everybody got to run out of the dugout and everybody got to run out of the bullpen. And then how many umpires are there? There's like the third base guy, the guy behind the plate. It's like 3 or 4 of them dudes, right? Yeah, you know what? These dudes got to get 50 dudes off the field now, and then you got to start. Everybody got to warm up again. By that time, I'm out, man. I'm like watching Two Broke Girls or something crazy, man. I had time to sit around and watch all that. That's ridiculous. And the dudes that play obviously don't get it. They don't get it because they love, baseball loves being archaic. And that's the way it's done. That's the way it's always been done. Listen, never, ever, ever, ever accept that from someone as a reason for doing something. That's the way I've always done it. Because as soon as they say that, just say slavery. Because if that's the rule we're going by, I should be somewhere picking cotton or with no feet so I can't run no more. One of the two things should be going on right now, but it's not. Because the world has to, things have to change and evolve. And you can't be a freaking caveman forever. Oh, I can't believe it. He hit a home run and he looked at me. Now I'm going to be mad. Shut up. He didn't run around the bases fast enough after he hit a home run. Look, he hit the damn home run. 1 and 2. If I hit a home run, why the hell I got to run around the bases? I mean, why I got to do that? Everybody has recognized the ball is out. Now I can understand if it's close and the dude is running because it may be a double. But when the referee or when the umpire finally says, he twirls his finger around and says it's a home run, just go to the dugout, B. Just go back to the dugout. Let's keep this thing moving. There's no reason for this dude to run around the bases. Why? Because just in case he doesn't hit home plate, you can call him out. Come on, man. You're talking about hitting a lottery ticket. The chances of that happening. It's real simple stuff that these baseball dudes are nope, this is what we're going to do. So anyway, yesterday, some dude who wasn't even on the team, matter of fact, I heard he was in jail last year when Bautista hit the home run in the playoffs. And then when he damn flipped the bat, this dude was in jail for DUI. He got nothing to do with it. Then he hits this dude with the ball. Now, I think probably my man Bautista was like, I know they sent you out here on a fool's errand, young boy. He's like a rookie. They sent you out here on a fool's errand. So I'm not even going to charge his mound and whoop your ass. But what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to run and I'm going to clown this second baseman, kid named Odor. It's spelled like odor. Odor, right? So he does all that. He does the baseball thing where you try to take out the double play on the next ground ball. He slid late, right? But this is what baseball asks for. Now, everyone wants to have these stupid conversations today about who was right and who was wrong. It's all stupid. It's stupid as hell. And the one thing I waited on hearing today was who was going to bring up the racial element. Because it's important in this conversation, and it always is. But no one really wants to let that joint float to the top. I'm going to do it, though. Whatever. It's my little show or whatever. Ain't nobody paying attention, but I'll do it. Oh, shout out to the homie C-Mac in the chat room right now. You guys can join the chat room as well, man. Just go to the website, onemicwithbigmike.com. You'll see the streaming player. The audio will be coming out of it, and you'll see a little thought bubble dancing around the situation. Click on it. Sign up through your Facebook account. You guys can join the conversation as well. But getting back to this, right? All these dudes now are having these problems. Both of these cats that got into this fight. And by the way, my God. Yeah, dude. For whatever they do to this kid Odor as far as suspension-wise, yeah, he got his money worth. This one, he didn't get cheated at all, cuz. And like my man Bautista's like it was cowardly, and I don't think he was talking about the punch. He was talking about the fact that they hit him in his final at bat in the final game that they're gonna play this year, so there could be no retribution by Bautista. He was like, yeah, you want to bet? Watch this. And so anyway, this kid Odor, look, it's real in the field, man. Like all that waiting for somebody to hit you stuff. Nope. It looked like it was about to be something, and it was like, nah, I'm not having this. And plus, this dude apparently has a track record. They went and got some of his his single A ball film where he's out there whooping dudes' ass too for the same for the same foolishness. As a matter of fact, no, I take that back. I think it was him that made the hard slide, and somebody tried to take umbrage with it. No chance. But anyway, back to my point. These dudes are both of Latin American descent, or they're both Hispanic men, right? And if you guys know anything about baseball, it's always this whole play the game the right way, do things the right way, and all this like crazy, nebulous, just ridiculousness, these unwritten rules. Look, let me tell you something. If you want something to be a rule to me, write it down. Don't give me that. Nah, don't give me that. I ain't trying to hear that. Like, you trying to, because, like, I'm going to tell you something. They mess around and keep letting these dudes in just one time. Don't even look at it. Just Google, like, the World Baseball Classic. Yeah. These dudes be, like, every other country that plays baseball has fun playing it. Them Japanese dudes be, like, flipping the hell out the bat, watching the home run. Yeah. It's real, man. It's a game. Now, let me say this about Bautista. Like, sometimes certain things come around and catch you in life. I don't believe in, like, karma and all that kind of craziness, but certain things just come around and catch you in life. There was an incident that happened maybe a couple months ago. It wasn't necessarily an incident. When Colin Cowherd was about to leave ESPN, on his show, he mentioned, he made a statement about baseball not necessarily being this thinking man sport, the way they try to portray it in this upper echelon. You got to be an intellect to play baseball. He was like, look, half these dudes ain't never seen a college campus. The other half come from third world countries. And he said, like the Dominican Republic. So then a dude from the Dominican Republic, Jose Bautista's like, yeah, well, you let me see him in the street. I'm like, hey, hold on. Wait a minute. Stop the presses. It's like the whole baby breakfast club thing again. Like, why you trying to get at the radio dude? And then secondly, what I did, I was like, all right, let's see if this dude was just talking out of school and just doing like some people, people just sometimes just throw a country out the first thing that comes to their mind. No. I went and looked up the educational statistics in the Dominican Republic. They're terrible. So my thing is like, all right, man, if you want to be that dude that want to get mad if you see a dude in the street and all that kind of stuff, first of all, be tough enough. Be tough enough. But second of all, you make plenty of money. Take care of the problem. You know what I mean? If you're going to be offended by it, of how dumb the people in your country are because the educational system is trash, put some of your money into fixing it. But then that's when the crickets come. Nobody want to hear that, but you want to have all this Dominican Republic pride when some white dude tells the truth. In the chat room, C-Mac saying Bautista should have ran up on with his bat in hand straight up. That's what I'm always saying. Like, dude, let me tell you something. You want to end all this foolishness? These dudes like drop the bat and then charge the mound. Sorry, cuz you shouldn't have provided me with the. That's why they don't let too many bruhs play like hockey, dude. Because the bruhs will find out real quick. You done gave me a stick and you done put blades on my feet, and we can fight, and we're allowed to fight. It'll be a problem of epic proportion, man. Like dudes be catching like triple homicides and all kind of foolishness, man. Yeah, they gonna keep that hockey thing real quiet from the bruhs for as long as they can, because if it start going down, watch how fast the rules change. And that's what I'm getting at when I'm talking about like the racial element in this. Just ask yourself how accepted fighting is in sports that are looked upon as being predominantly white or associated more with whites. Hockey, baseball, NASCAR. Like dudes, like last year, who was that? Jeff Gordon or one of them dudes? Not Jeff Gordon. What's the other kid? Tony Stewart. Killed a kid. Now, the kid was an idiot because he got out the car and all this kind of stuff while dudes is going like 530 miles an hour. And dude ended up dying. That's like, come on, man. Like, and I know the question always gets asked, like, what if this happened in the NBA or in the NFL? There's no need to even ask the question. You know what happened. You know, my whole thing is that these Dominican dudes ain't going nowhere. These Hispanic dudes, and here's the thing, with all this new stuff that's going on with Cuba being opened back up, I should say. Yeah. Watch this. like 2 years ago when everybody had a problem with Yasiel Puig and all. Yeah, he got friends, cuz. And when they get over here, baseball's gonna get a whole lot funner. All this crazy play the game the right way and all that. And everybody like to make excuses for baseball. You know what I mean? Let the players police themselves. When the last time you heard anybody say that about the NFL? Or God forbid the NBA. yeah, LeBron calling his own fouls. It's just so stupid. But for whatever reason, people feel like that's the move. And don't think that I'm just kind of speaking out the side of my neck either. That dude, Goose Gossage, yeah, he made a point to point out the two Latin players when he talked about people ruining the game. Yeah. He ain't say nothing about Bryce. Like the commentary was about Bryce Harper, saying that the game needs to be more fun, which he's right. But some kind of way it went to Bautista's bat flip in the playoffs. Man, let me tell you something. I don't watch a lot of baseball. I don't. I watch playoff baseball because then I know both of these teams are considered two of the best teams in the sport. So I watch playoff baseball. Dude, I saw that dude hit that home run and throw that damn bat. I was looking for something in my damn house to throw. I was so amped. The game was so charged and so amped up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he threw that damn bat. And the other foolish part about it is through the whole this happened in October, man. It happened last season in October. And all off season, this dude, I've seen him do like at least 3 interviews. All off season, man. He talked about it. He was asked about it. He said the same thing. Look, man, I ain't mean no disrespect. It was me getting caught up in the emotion. Now, I don't think he owed nobody no damn apology, and I don't think that necessarily was one. But it's a viable explanation. Hell, you was the people who are throwing at him now. Y'all was there. Y'all felt it, along with them 2 or 3 errors in the same damn inning. Hey, that stuff I don't get. Like this dude did his job. You ain't do your job, but some kind of way, it's his fault. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on all this baseball foolishness, man. The whole part about he's showing me up, and the reality is this. A good player in baseball hits 300. For those of you who don't pay attention to this stuff, that's 30%. Right? Which tells you the odds are on the pitcher's side anyway. That's 70% of the time he won't even hit off of you. Now, you got walks and all this stuff that go into on-base percentage, but just straight up batting average, hitting the ball, 300 is a good baseball player. So you already winning from the jump. But, you know, the softness of baseball. Nobody can't have no emotion or no flair. And this has been long-standing. If you want to go back in the day, like Willie Mays, he used to do this thing. And if you watch baseball in the last 20 years, you saw Barry Bonds do a lot. His godson, Barry Bonds, play the outfield. And when the ball's coming down, not just catch it, but like wait to the last minute and just snatch it out the sky. Yeah, Willie Mays used to do that. They used to talk about him wearing his hat too small so that when he ran, the hat would like fly off his head. Yeah, that was looked at as showboating. Like cats would, other than the fact that he was a Negro, they would throw at him for that. Like baseball is so, and they wonder, and people who love baseball will like defend this point, but I don't really entertain people who try to like argue down facts. You know what I mean? The game has never been in a better place. Yeah, financially maybe, because of the TV contracts, because of ESPN and Fox and Turner and the people who carry the game. Players' salaries look good. But the next time you watch a baseball game, look at the stands. No, you don't even got to look at the game. I wouldn't put you through that. The next time you watch a baseball highlight, the ball's hit, don't look at the ball, look at the stands. And you tell me what's happening with baseball. Well, I'll tell you. Their fans are dying. The average baseball fan is like 60 years old on average. You know what I mean? Because kids want to see Odell Beckham. They want to see LeBron, Steph. Ain't nobody checking for Mike Trout. Mike Trout's probably one of the best players in the league, if not the best. Him and Bryce Harper. You hear about Bryce Harper, right? But not really all the time because of his baseball. It's just because he's a character. He's out there flipping the bird. You know what I mean? At the referee, that dude got kicked out the game, and when they won the game, he came back from the damn locker room, and just to tell the referee, "F you, MF." And the whole time, I'm like giving him the sky point, like, you damn right. Let's go. It's so weird, man, that you can't be just a regular human being and play baseball. You know, I saw two dudes get into it, baseball get into it, if you know what I mean, like 2 years ago, because the dude took a strike, and then he stepped out the batter's box, and he was just holding the bat, and he looked out into the outfield, and he started, like, mumbling something to himself. You could tell he was just, like, thinking out loud. But for whatever reason, the little soft-ass pitcher got an attitude and started walking towards this dude, cussing at him. Like, because he thought he was talking to him. Like, even if he was, B, ain't no aggression going on. You know what I mean? He's mumbling under his breath anyway. Like, and baseball people, for the life of me, I don't understand why they don't feel like that needs to stop. The game is the game, man. It's the pitcher versus the hitter. That's pretty much baseball in a nutshell. It's not really even a team sport, if you ask me. Like, because look at the dynamic. I'm looking at the Blue Jays game right now. Well, it's on while I'm talking to you guys. There's one dude from the other team against 9 dudes from the other team. That's not really a team sport. That's like a gangbang, if you ask me. That's like old Jenna Jameson film. You know what I mean? Nah, man. I catch these dudes around playoff time. Like, I keep up, you know, here and there, see what the Cubs doing, because they seem to be headed towards the World Series, or, you know, not the, you know, as people who believe in jinxes, you know, keep my eye on what the Cubs are doing and what the White Sox is doing, because it looks like people are starting now again in May, talking about what's going to happen in the playoffs and in the World Series. Yeah, that's cool. Holler at me. What's the holiday? Because this one is Memorial Day that's coming, not this one. Like, holler at me at Labor Day, I think. That's when I can start paying attention to the pennant races and all that. Until then, look at it, man. I'm good. I'm so good. Anyway, man, I'm going to take a break here for about 2 minutes. And I'll come back. We got to talk about this NBA stuff, man. We got the Final Four. Or if you're playing spades, if this NBA conference finals was a spades hand, it'd be like 3 and a possible. Not even really a possible with that Toronto team, but I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about that. I might even talk a little bit more about this baseball situation as the show goes on, because it's just so stupid, man. I kind of feel like I'm getting stupider, and I didn't think that was possible for me to get any stupider, man, just talking about this. But when baseball has an opportunity to make the show, I do my best to include them. Also, I'll take a look back into the annals of sports and do On This Day as well. We'll do that next right here. One Mic with Big Mike. Don't forget the chat room is wide open. My man C-Mac. What does that say? Big toe or big? What? I'm so blind. Jesus. I think it says Big Foe. F-O-E. But it looks like toe to me. Anyway, I'll come back and do all that. One Mic with BigMike.com. on the main screen where you see the streaming player. Just go down to the bottom, click on that little thought bubble, use your Facebook profile or whatever, your Facebook identity, and jump on in the chat room, man. You guys can holler at me. You can holler at C-Mac, Big Foe. It's either Big Foe or Big Toe. He'll tell me. I'll be right back.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Time starts now. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat? Where can you find the answers to these questions?
Car crashes are one of the leading killers of U.S. children. Many of those deaths could be prevented by making sure that kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Yeah. Eat the booty like groceries. Welcome back to the show, man. Welcome back to One Mic with Big Mike. Make sure y'all holler at me inside the live interactive chat room. It's Big Foe, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. C-Mac, a.k.a. Big Foe, in the chat room. You guys can get there by going to the going to the website, onemicwithbigmike.com. That is the number one, MICWITHBIGMIKE.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the home screen. You'll see the live streaming player down there with a little thought bubble dancing around. Just click on that situation, man. Use your Facebook account to get on in the live interactive chat room and holler at your boy. Also, you can hear the show via Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Sign up for your free Spreaker account if you so choose. And follow me on Spreaker. Same thing. One Mic with Big Mike. Use that same handle for my Twitter and Instagram as well. My Instagram is getting really certifiably ignorant, man. I feel pretty good about that, man. The follower situation is looking pretty good. The ignorance level is at a nice place. Could be better, but I'm working on it, trying to get it as ignorant, stupid, and at times informative as possible. So check it out, One Mic with Big Mike on Instagram and on Twitter. Now, I just got through talking about this ridiculous thing that happened yesterday in baseball between the Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, let me explain something to you also. I'm not complaining really about the pettiness and the beef. I'm just really complaining about the way it was tried to be. They tried to resolve it, or that baseball tries to resolve things. Like, that's just what you do. You take your medicine. You do something to offend somebody, you take your medicine. I'm as petty as they come. I hold grudges like a mug. So I'm not judging on those terms. I'm just saying, as a viewer and a fan of sport, I'm good. I'm good on that, man. I don't need to see Jose Bautista getting his ass whooped, because now like dudes is ignorant as hell and stupid. So people like, man, that dude got knocked out like that. damn, that home run, that don't mean nothing. You can't be like that. The home run was still awesome. He just caught a brick, man. Like, he thought it was something that it wasn't. You feel me? Like, that dude thought it was going to be one of those schoolyard things where you just kind of like dance around shoulder to shoulder, talking about, hit me. I bet you won't hit me. I bet you won't hit me. Well, this dude older, you ain't even need to say, bet you won't hit me. You just being here and me being angry means I am going to hit you. You're going to lose that bet. And he got his ass clocked, so there's that. But he took it, you know what I mean? He ain't fall all out. Boy, face wasn't swole up. He took it. And I asked this question, before I do On This Day, I asked this question on Facebook today. Because the part that kind of escapes a lot of people, like, he clocked him with that right hand. But then he, like, backhand slapped him with the glove. Like, one of those things is acceptable. Like, I've checked the man rule book. And one of those things is acceptable. Like, you can punch me, right? And we'll work it out some kind of way. You know, we'll get the fighting or whatever, and then we'll go our separate ways. But if you slap me, open hand slap me, or if you backhand slap me, especially if you try to backhand slap me, I think I'm just forced to shoot you. I think we got to go to the gunplay at that point. Because there ain't really no coming back from that. You slap me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't even worth your time to punch me in my mouth. Yeah. Yeah, somebody can't leave that situation unscathed, you know, without a hospital or morgue being involved. You feel me? Anyway, as I mentioned, this is the time in the show where we take a look back. And I try to, you know, within all the foolery, I'll give you guys some tidbits, some historical things that, you know, you may or may not have known beforehand.
Now, let's take a look back. On this day.
All right, like I mentioned earlier, man, it's not a real meaty on this day today, so we're gonna get through it, man. And on this day in 1894, a fire in Boston destroys the baseball stadium. I don't think it was Fenway at the time, but it destroyed the baseball stadium, and it spread to 170 other buildings. Like, the whole damn town, I guess, sounds like burnt down. In 1894, on this day in 1902, check this out. 2 deaf mutes. I didn't do that on purpose. Two deaf mutes face each other for the first time as Dummy Hoy, this is real stuff, leads off for the Cincinnati Reds against Dummy Taylor. Jesus. Of the New York Giants. The Reds won 5-3. See, like, this is the kind of stuff we'll talk about. Like, 100 years ago, you could just nickname a dude who was deaf and mute Dummy Hoy, and then call the other dude Dummy Taylor. And it's all good. Now, do that now, boy. The PC police gonna burn your damn house down. On this day in 1972, Greg Luzinski's, his 500-foot home run hit the Liberty Bell Monument in Philadelphia's Veterans Stadium. Like, I don't know where that is in, like, conjunction, but I know this dude hit a ball 500 feet in 1972. Like, McGuire was doing that in the late 90s on roids. On this day in 1980, the 34th NBA championship was won by the Los Angeles Lakers. They beat the Philadelphia 76ers. The significance of this game, they beat them 4-2. The significance of this game is this was the game that Magic Johnson filled in for Kareem at center and bust their ass for 42 points, 15 rebounds, and just threw in a little 7 assists right quick on his way to a championship out the box. And finally, on this day in 1985, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the greatest of all time, was named the Rookie of the Year in the NBA, and it's where it all started. Speaking of Rookie of the Year, and by the way, this is your Monday edition of On This Day, right here on One Mic with Big Mike. Speaking of Rookie of the Year today, the Big Cat, K-A-T, Karl Anthony Towns out of Kentucky last year. Minnesota Timberwolves big man, he unanimously won. Seems to be a theme with these off-season awards. He unanimously won the NBA Rookie of the Year, man. That squad is going to be okay. And the crazy thing, man, about, like, every time you hear somebody mention, like, what that team is going to be, like, Sam Mitchell is my guy, man. Like, Sam Mitchell is one of the funniest dudes I've ever had a chance to be around and talk with and, you know, just, like, really, like, talk, like, real N-word stuff. And like they talk about this team and like, yeah, they're gonna be able to do this next year, and they're gonna be able to do this. And like, damn, so you trying to say my dude ain't do nothing? I mean, the dude that hired him passed away before the season started. Like, that should have gave him some kind of, cachet that maybe, they dealing with stuff. Nah, man, everybody acting like Sam's some type of bum. That dude was a coach of the year before. See, that's why I don't like to know people that I have to at some point cover. Because, like, Sam he's my guy, man. Like, I like that dude for real. And now I'm put in a position like I got to defend him. And, it sounds crazy. It maybe just sounds crazy to me because I can't stand it. Somebody did that earlier to me. Somebody told me that Jeremy Shockey's a jerk. And I was like, I'm going to assume you don't know Jeremy Shockey. But whatever, he's a punk. All right. Like, I say stuff about people. But I say it based on, like, it's not who they are. It's like I say Warren Sapp is an idiot. Because Warren Sapp says idiot and does idiotic things. It's the same dude that was getting locked up for doing foul stuff to hookers and hoes, and then is out in the damn parking lot showing the police like, no, I ain't do nothing. Look, here it is on video. Well, dude, first of all, the police ain't sitting there parsing out the legalities of what you did. You in there with hoes, with prostitutes. That's already illegal, dumbass. Yeah, so if I'm calling somebody a dumbass, it's because they've done plenty of dumb stuff, or a fool or a clown. Yeah, stuff like that makes you do that. Anyway, so we started the show off talking about the foolery that happened yesterday. Jose Bautista, this kid, the second baseman, Older, whatever. Yeah, he caught a brick, man. Bautista caught a brick in the mouth. Like, real talk, man. And here's the other thing that, like, rules in the game mustn't change, man. Because I don't remember the kid's name, but like he rushes in. I think, did I write it down here? No, I didn't put it here. I didn't put it on my sheet. Carlos Beltre, yeah. He goes and he's holding Bautista back. Like, look, man. Like, in my youth, I almost fought dudes that I was cool with for like holding me back during, like, don't touch me. First of all, hold him. Because if you hold me and he end up stealing on me, it's going to be another fight with me and you, cuz don't do that. And then plus, you on the other team? Come on, man. Like, I gotta make amends some kind of way for this dude just stealing on me, and you probably going to catch it. Whoever it is holding me, I don't care if we friends before this, you should know the rule then. Don't touch me. We fighting. But you always tell when dudes ain't down for that. I thought about this the other day. Just like randomly just thought about, I was like, damn, I wonder if I still know how to fight. I'm an old dude now. Like, who I got to fight with and about what right now? You know what I mean? I'm looking at my pistol right now. It's on the desk because my lady ain't here. Ain't nobody here but me. She on a business trip. She wanted me to go with her too. That's the thing. She wanted me to go like to this place in Tennessee with her and her coworkers. I was like, yeah, I already know what this is about. A bunch of cackling broads, and half of them ain't got no man and all this craziness. I'm good. I mean, I'm going to go up there because I'm that guy. You know what I mean? I want to, I'm going to end up driving up. But not for no whole damn week. I got stuff to do. This your job paying you to go up there. Who paying me? So, maybe after the show on Wednesday. I might not do no show on Friday. And make that drive. But anyway, yeah, I was just thinking about it. Like, do I even know how to fight anymore? You know what I mean? Like, if it came down to it, what would happen to your boy? I don't know. That's why, I got my tool, man. And I don't keep it with me everywhere because I ain't that dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna, like, get in no car wreck. Then, guns got to come. Nah, I'm not that guy. I like my freedom too much. I just keep it in the crib. And like I say, nobody here now, so if I hear something, creaking where it ain't supposed to be creaking, well, it's already in the chamber, so let's go investigate and see what's happening. Anyway, I don't know how I got off on that. By the way, parents, listen to your boy right quick. This whole thing yesterday with Bautista and this kid, Odor, it's a very teachable moment as a parent, right? Like, for the parents because my dad had to amend this at one point as he thought about it. That whole thing was like, if somebody hit you, hit them back. No. No. See, because Odor's mama obviously didn't tell him that. She told him the right thing. If you think this dude is about to run up, you get his ass first. That's what I tell mine. Yeah, if you think you in that type of situation, nah, because I done seen plenty. I done seen plenty of episodes end with the first blow. And after that, you about to get pummeled. Like cats get stomped out, what they call it, ground and pound and all. Nah. If you can help it, don't let nobody hit you first. Yeah, tell them Uncle Mike said that. Yeah, you're welcome. I try to help. You're welcome. This is the One Mike with Big Mike show. Big Mike here with you. Make sure you guys check me out in the live interactive chat room. If you guys hear anything that you want to comment on, or if you guys want to respond to anything, just go to my webpage, onemikewithbigmike.com. On that home screen, you'll see the streaming audio player. There'll be a little thought bubble dancing around on that situation. Once you click on that, you can just use your Facebook to get on into the chat room. You can also go to Spreaker, SPREAKER.com, or via the app like C-Mac. He's on the app via his Apple. So the app is available for all your mobile devices, whatever platform you may be using. Same thing. Follow my show. Search for my show first, One Mike with Big Mike. Follow me, and then jump on in the live interactive chat room. You can sign up for your own free Spreaker account as well. It's just like signing up for anything, man, like Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff you guys are on, Snapchat, all that. Now, let's get on to tonight, man. Tonight, NBA Finals, we're down to a final 3 and a possible 4. Let's call it 4, whatever, right? Game 7 went down this weekend between the Raptors and the Miami Heat, who, like, that Miami Heat squad, man, that Hassan Whiteside is about to get some money. Like, give me all that crap you want to about, oh, but look, he's got a mental and he's immature and whatever, dude. That dude gets it done on the basketball court. And you saw the difference in that Miami Heat squad when he wasn't there. That African kid started going off. Bismarck, Biyombo, whatever his name, Bismack, whatever the hell his name is. That dude couldn't be stopped at one point. Yeah, you lose Hassan Whiteside and start depending on. I know everybody thinks Dwayne Wade is that thing, you know what I mean. But those miles ain't coming. You ain't rolling back that damn odometer, man. It's just a matter of you're able to push the car at certain times. You know, sometimes it just warms up just right. You know what I mean. You change out them spark plugs, but that engine still got them miles on it. Feel me? So they lose, and we don't get to see the Heat Cavs matchup that I thought might have been a good one. You know, Goran Dragic blew his load in Game 6. I mean, obviously they needed all those 30 points, but you know he didn't have no more to give them in Game 7. That's why they got their ass blew out. I was done watching at like the 3-minute mark. Like I kept telling myself, if this thing get to 20, I'm out. I came upstairs and started watching some slave movie, Negro Book, the Book of Negroes, with the old lady. If you listen to the show, if you've ever listened to this show, you've heard me talk about my propensity and my love for slave reenactment movies and shows. Speaking of, man, Underground, that's coming back for season 2, and it's real crazy how it ended. I don't know if it's crazy, but there's a Harriet Tubman sighting in Underground, so I guess she's going to be a part of it next year. They introduced Harriet Tubman to the show. Hopefully it gets better, you know what I mean? But I've already seen they already start showing like previews for season 2, summer 2017 or spring 2017 or something crazy like that. I don't know, man. I might be out. I don't know. As much as I love a good slave movie, it just ain't slavey enough for me. Anyway, let me stop being stupid. The NBA. So yeah, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Raptors and the Heat ended the way the Raptors wanted to. Finally, you know what I'm saying, guys like DeMar DeRozan start playing better. Getting to the free throw line helped them out. Kyle Lowry found his shot a little bit. Shot pretty well from 3. Talked about the kid in the middle, Biyombo. They look like they kind of looked a little bit like a second seed yesterday. And that home crowd is something serious, man. Them people, they understand. It feels like they're kind of like the Braves in the 90s, the early 90s when it was new, the winning was new. And they felt like, you know, they had a chance. I don't know how much of one they have. You know, they still got to go play LeBron. And speaking of LeBron, you know what picked up speed over the weekend that I thought was just going to be like a little, okay, let's go. The stuff that LeBron said about the MVP, that got weird, man. And I know why it gets weird, because so many people, and we listen to ESPN, and you know, they end up like, I don't even think a lot of people understand. They tell you what to think. Yeah. They tell you, they give you these little clips. They don't play the question, so it sounds like LeBron is just making a statement about Steph Curry's MVP when he says, you know, he says the most common sense thing ever. Yeah. When you're talking about the best player who had the best year, Steph had an amazing year. And of course, he deserved the award because that's the only one you can give that player is the MVP. The NBA hadn't gotten smart enough to say, let's call it the most outstanding player, the MOP. Because if you continue to put that word valuable in, like, okay, you can kind of haggle over outstanding too. But when you talk about value, value denotes a perception. You know what I mean? Sam Bradford is valued at $22 million guaranteed to the Philadelphia Eagles. Sam Bradford tried to leave and find somebody else to trade for that damn contract, and he found out the opposite. You know, his value to other people ain't that. So when you start assigning value to something, yeah, things get a little bit muddy and a little bit convoluted. But then LeBron says, you know, that about Steph. Then they got to go ask Steph about it. And then Steph says, you know, over this last year's season or whatnot, I've grown comfortable and I've grown accustomed, I'm paraphrasing, to ignoring people. And media says he's talking about LeBron. Because that stupid arrogance, like people have stupid arrogance, doesn't tell you that there's a good chance he might be talking about your ass. All the media members that's trying to start stuff, there's a good chance he could be talking about just ignoring the stuff that y'all bring to him. Oscar Robinson, a dude who ain't played in 90 years, says this about you. So, I don't care. I'm still about to go bust somebody's ass tonight for 40. So what? Yeah. So, not necessarily ignoring the people who are saying the stuff, because you got to assume, I'm going to assume that a lot of the stuff, he don't even hear till somebody brings it to him, till some other media member brings it to him, and they bring it to him and they package it the way they want to package it for him to get some sort of reaction. You know, there was a day, man, where you just did the gig, man. You know what I mean? Monica Lewinsky changed all that, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed. I was watching a show called The 80s on CNN, and they talk about the Drudge Report, how people knew about this Monica Lewinsky situation in the White House, but no one reported it because it was like real stuff going on, right? But then this dude from the Drudge Report put it out and beat everybody to the punch, and it became news and it became interesting to everyone. And all these other places, the CNNs and the Foxes and the NBCs and everybody was like, "Oh God, how do we miss on this? This is outstanding." Which ended up being like kind of like the early spawning of things like TMZ. You know, people that just hang outside of hotels and, you know, wonder what the hell's going on, and following people and seeing when somebody famous gets in a car wreck, even if they're the one that caused the car wreck, with the with the flash from their camera. Yeah. And then it of course it was going to infiltrate sports to where now we start caring about, you know what I'm saying, what somebody's doing in their personal life. And all I care about is one thing. And I was figuratively screaming this from the top of mountains, like when that Mike Vick stuff happened here in Atlanta with them dogs. I was like, I don't care. Like, that's for the law to figure out. Like, is he gonna miss games? Like, am I not gonna be able to see him play? Because that's all Mike Vick is good to for me. Like, all these people that love Mike, no, you don't. You're as selfish as I am. You love what he does for you and the joy that he brings you by playing football, just like Kobe Bryant. I didn't give a damn. Kobe Bryant was on trial. Matter of fact, things kind of got better for me. Kobe was getting off a damn helicopter from Colorado, hitting dudes for $50 a night. Yeah, I'm good. Like, I don't know. I don't want nobody to go to jail. But like, if he raped a woman, he should go to jail. No, apparently he didn't, or whatnot. And if he did, he should go to jail. I'm, as a basketball fan, happy that he didn't. Keep it real. Well, first, happy that he didn't rape the woman, and secondly, happy that he didn't go to jail in that order. So, nah, whatever, dude. But, you know, ESPN wants to continue to make us stupid. And last week I talked about maybe they're kind of trying to turn the corner a little bit. They're getting a little bit more intellectual with things, you know, with the the outing of not outing, that's probably not the right word, with the ousting of guys like Skip Bayless and dudes leaving and going to other networks, the dudes who embrace debate, and kind of just making a clear line between two things. Maybe that's just me. I like for things to be compartmentalized. Like if something's like for entertainment, like that show Bomani Jones is on, highly questionable, outstanding. It's just there to be stupid. And that's outstanding to me. That old man is gold. He's awesome as hell, right? They're not trying to, give you any hot takes. Nah, it's just three dudes sitting behind a desk in front of a Miami Beach backdrop, acting an ass. I'm all about that life. But then, you have shows then like The Jump with Rachel Nichols, right? Yeah, they just having a conversation about basketball, man, with guys who are presumed experts, dudes who cover the sport, dudes who play the sport at a very, very high level. Dudes like today, I think Byron Scott was on there, dudes who played and coached. Yeah, I'm all about that life. My favorite show, Outside the Lines. They only give it a half an hour. That should be an hour-long show. You know what I mean? It's so meaty and there's so much involved, and especially when you're dealing with multiple guests on a panel. You got to have time, man. Let that thing breathe, man. So many times, like, Bob got to cut the guest off and got to get out of the subject and move on. It's just, they do that show a disservice. And it makes me think that if he wasn't there, they wouldn't even do it no more, man. Like, Bob Lee has been there since, like, the beginning of ESPN. And so, like, just, out of respect, I think, that holds up and that keeps him in that spot. But, I want to know more. I don't just want people to give me, like, yeah, here's my list. Like today, my list of sports brawls. Give me yours first. I'm good. Turn the channel immediately to something else. At least something that's supposed to be stupid. Anyway, let me see. We got a couple more minutes left in this segment. So before I start talking about today's game, I talked about the Toronto situation. I talked about LeBron and Steph going back for now. Now Kyle Lowry's involved in it because they asked him about playing the Cavaliers, and he said, LeBron's probably the best player in the league, and he said besides Steph, you know what I mean? And people take that as, oh, look, shots fired. Nah, these dudes are basketball players. They're not wordy dudes. And I think what he wanted to make sure he did was, pay the right amount of respect to the title of MVP. Because when you start calling LeBron the best basketball player in the world, well, if he would have just left it there, it would have been looked upon as a slight to Steph Curry. Like, they was going to find a way to twist it. Look, call me the best, whatever you want to call me. And then whatever you say after that, I stop listening anyway. Me personally. Like, yeah, Mike is the best lover ever. Except for the part, well, after you say that part, I'm done listening. Everybody else can chew on that little bit of fat. Yeah, me being the best, yep. That's all I need. I'm going to get that joint tattooed on my chest or something. Coming up in the show, I want to talk a little bit more about the play. I want to talk to the matchups, the Heat, Toronto matchup, the one tonight, especially tonight. There's some things that got to be kind of fleshed out about this OKC Golden State Warriors situation. And you know what else is happening? The Philadelphia Phillies are first. They finally became first at something, and I'll tell you guys what that is. And we'll talk about the outrage, the phony outrage that follows or that has followed the thing that they're first in. It's the One Mike with Big Mike show, the Monday edition, back from the M&Fing weekend. Check me out on the website, onemikewithbigmike.com. That's the number one, MICWITHBIGMIKE.com. You'll see the streaming player at the bottom of the home screen. On that player, there'll be a dancing thought bubble. Click on that. You guys can use your Facebook accounts to jump on in the live interactive chat room and be a part of the show like my guy C-Mac is. Also, you can check me out on Spreaker. Same deal there. It's Spreaker, though, not Speaker, SPREAKER.com. and the app. That's where I broadcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Most Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 7 o'clock. Also, when I'm not here, you can catch me on the website, of course, the archived episodes, or you can go back and stream and download episodes via the website or Spreaker or TuneIn or iTunes or YouTube. Make sure I got everything out. All right, so I'm going to take a quick break here. Top of the hour, and we'll come back, and we'll get a little bit more in-depth into these NBA playoffs.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Hey, Nick Cannon here. So of course we all know there's lots of talent in America. But unfortunately, there's something else we've got way too much of. Childhood hunger. 17 million kids struggle with it in this country. But here's the thing. This problem is entirely solvable. Seriously. We already produce more than enough healthy, nutritious food in this country to feed every single last one of those hungry kids. We just need a way to get it to them. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is out there every day gathering surplus food to give hope to hungry kids and their families all across the country. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
One mic.
All I need is one mic.
What's the name of the show?
One mic with Big Mike.
You know, ain't nobody getting hurt, ain't nobody. You know, there's no crime being committed.
And they say his style is too urban for the radio.
This is real life stuff that's happened to me.
Well, you know what?
You, and you.
One mic with Big Mike.
I like to be able to do what I want to do.
A sports talk show, but no subject matter is off limits.
Meek Mill's concert is not called the Hell Yeah, I Banged Khloe Kardashian concert.
And now, your host.
Put your hands together for the one, the only
Big Mike.
All I need is
one mic.
yeah. Monday, man. Here for the second hour of the One Mic with Big Mike show. I appreciate everybody for joining me. Appreciate you guys who jump on in the chat room. If you don't jump in the chat room, if you just listen to me. One day my dude told me he was just walking around the store with me in the headphones or in the Bluetooth as well. And I appreciate it, man. Trust me, I do. I know you could be doing a million other things right now other than listening to me run my damn mouth. So, you know, the appreciation is 100% there, man. And I hope I'm delivering at some sort of level that, you know, allow you to spread the word and tell your friends about it and share the situation with your friends. Follow me, man. Make sure you guys are following me on Facebook and Twitter and all those things and Instagram as well, man. And I appreciate you guys who retweet and repost the show and all those things, man. Check the website out, www.onemicwithbigmike.com. Jump on in the live interactive chat room, like I just mentioned a little while ago, by clicking the little thought bubble icon that you see on the media player. Use your Facebook account. You'll get right on in, or go to Spreaker.com or the Spreaker app on your cell phone. Any mobile device will do. Same thing, man. Just click that little thought bubble. You guys can be a part of the show. Now, as we move along in the show and talk about the NBA, we're down to 4. I don't mean to disrespect the Toronto Raptors, but hell, they're the Toronto Raptors. What can I say, right? It's not my fault. First time back in the situation. for a while now, man. No, actually not for a while. The first time they made it to the second round since the Vince Carter days. Y'all remember Vince went to his graduation, and then as basketball fate would have it, it came down to Vince with the last shot, and boing, but he got that damn degree, that fake ass North Carolina degree. Who said that? Who that? That wasn't me. Yeah, that. And now they see themselves in their first Eastern Conference Finals. The Atlanta Hawks were in that same situation last year against the same not even this same damn team. Because Tyronn Lue wasn't the coach. Kevin Love had gotten his shoulder Ronda Rousey by Kelly what's that boy's name? Olynyk. And then Deli was diving around and cracking everybody's damn knees and ankles. So there's not the same team that the Hawks saw last year. Probably a better version of JR's hitting every doggone shot that leaves his hand. So that happened in one game against the Hawks last year. So they got a taste of that. But now, it's going to be a struggle, man. You know, their big guy won't play. The foreign kid that plays the middle for them, he won't play. The Cavs seem to have bought into whatever Tyronn Lue selling, man. They've bought in. LeBron's playing a much more efficient game, and he's hitting jump shots. So with that, who you pray to, talk to him. Because if LeBron start hitting jump shots, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? It makes everything so much easier for guys like Kevin Love. And then the fact that Tristan Thompson don't give a damn because he's getting his money, he's just going to do his job. He's the best offensive rebounder in the league, and it ain't even close. You understand? So when they do miss shots, they get a lot of those shots again. You know what I mean? They get to put their finger back in the peanut butter again and get another, dollop out. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough for these Raptors. People don't want to be disrespectful and say, I give them 2 games. I give them 1. Hell no. Look, I'm from Missouri, cuz not really, but you guys show me. Get one, cuz get you a game, and then I'll believe you can win one. I'm talking about 4-4-4 as it stands right now for the not Miami Heat. Sorry, guys, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now to tonight though. We'll get back to this Toronto situation later on because it's not pressing. We don't have that until tomorrow night, which of course I won't be on the show, but I'll talk about it on Wednesday. I guess I'll be leaving town. I don't know, man. I guess the things we do, right? Let me give you the schedule real quick though. Let me give you the schedule. Where is it? Where in the hell is it? Maybe I won't give you the schedule. Maybe I'm a liar. That's probably what I am. No. Yes. No. Here it is. All right. So the playoff schedule is every other day in the Eastern Conference, and they skip a day in the Western Conference, like the 23rd or something like that. They skip because, of course, I don't have it here. I'm just doing it by memory. But in the Eastern Conference, every other day, they trying to hurry up and get that joint over with. Cause, God dang it. So tonight, the matchup, by the way, man, tonight's matchup, it's crazy that I think I feel better about this one than I do about that I would have felt if it were San Antonio. You know what I mean? Because I love Russell Westbrook's game, B. I do. And people have for so long, my man, my former co-host when I was doing the Sports Kings, Rob used to be like, man, you need to just get you a Russell Westbrook t-shirt or something. I was like, nah, it ain't that serious, but I think the dude is just so, like, he's so different. He's an acquired taste. And if you can kind of just tolerate like some of the stuff that he does that makes you just hold your head in your hands. It's like, what the hell? You can appreciate some of the other stuff he does, man. Like the hustle plays, the athleticism, the big shot making. The dude ain't scared at all. The big moment is there for him. Like, he ain't running from it. Feel me? And those are the type of things that I noticed early in his game. Like, I figured everything else would come because he felt like a dude that wanted to be more than what he was. But he had the He had the natural gifts already out the box. You know, much in the way like Derrick Rose had. You know what I mean? Like, Derrick Rose's career was on an uptick. And then the injuries started catching up with him. Like, and I want to remind people about this, too. Like, Russ had that same meniscus injury, and like a week later, he was like, man, just take it out. They took his meniscus out, which is common. I don't want to like sensationalize it like it's more than what it is. But they removed his meniscus, and like a week later, that dude was back. And then when he came back, it wasn't even like he could eat. Like, I don't think he could ease back in. That dude was playing as reckless as though he had never had anything happen to him. And on the other side of that coin, like Derrick Rose had the same thing, and it was more of a cautious approach because obviously he hurt the other knee before that in a more significant way. But my point about Russ and KD and this whole Thunder team, I said it last series, even after. That's why I'm glad I do this, because everything is recorded. You know what I mean? So it ain't like, oh, he lying. No, my exact terms were, and then I end up hearing everybody like using the same term. They got a puncher's chance, man. With those two dudes, there's a puncher's chance against that machine, as everyone wanted to call it, that San Antonio Spurs machine. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, though, you know, Buster Douglas shows up and Mike Tyson ain't ready. You feel me? And I'm not saying that it was that big of a mismatch. It definitely wasn't. We talking about the number 2 and 3 teams in the conference. So I'm not saying it was that type of mismatch. But what I am saying is that they got two. If you go by the MVP rankings or whatnot, they got two of the best players in the league on their team. And then what it boils down to is, after that, a mixture. A good blend of trust from them to their teammates and acceptance from their teammates of who they are. You know what I mean? Like Serge Ibaka want to get touches and he want to shoot the basketball. Look, man, that ain't you. Like, hit the ones that we get you off the dribble penetration, those open jump shots, those 18, 20. Sometimes you venture out a little bit further to the 3-point line. Like, you hit those. Play good defense, protect the rim and rebound, and let the other two do 35 and 0 just get busy on people. Do what they do. And then alternatively, KD and Russ got to trust their teammates. And we saw that happen in the last series. We saw that start to happen. KD going to the hole, dropping the ball off. Now, sometimes it turned into turnover because you're looking at two dudes. Well, a dude like KD, he ain't really used to doing that. He can get that shot now. if he's in within 3 feet of the goal, 4 feet of the goal, he don't necessarily have to dish the basketball. He's 7 feet tall with a wingspan from here to Timbuktu. He'll get his bucket. But it's kind of like it's building up that account with your teammates, letting your teammates know, even though I trust you to also get the job done. And you see the level of the play go up for guys like Enes Kanter, guys like the Adams kid, Dion Waiters. You see these role players, and you see that their level of play going up. So this team against the San Antonio Spurs looks so much different than the team we saw so many times in the regular season, which is why not everyone is like, wait a minute, we might be looking at a 7-game series between them and the Thunder. What I'll say to that is, hold your horses. Not to say that I don't necessarily believe that could happen, but in the playoffs, and we fall for this every year. We fall for the same thing every year, right? We can't base what a team is going to do in the current series off of what they did in the previous series all the time. We can't just base this team looks so much different. Well, here's the thing. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the Golden State Warriors, they got, I believe, better athletes. They ain't no Boris Diaws running around on the floor for the Golden State Warriors. You feel me? Like, the closest you might get to that is Mo Spates. But everybody else, look at those dudes. They can run all day. Harrison Barnes, Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, Steph, Draymond. Festus Ezeli, Klay Thompson. Look at those dudes. They can run all day. Ain't no Tim Duncans over there. Ain't no 50-year-old power forwards playing for them. So to assume that because Oklahoma City did what they did with the Spurs, that they're going to be able to do the same thing and look the same way, nah. It's gonna be a test of. I don't want to use a nebulous term like wheels, but Billy Donovan and my God, what is his name? The coaches. Let me just because the name just evaporated. I just had a huge brain fart. It's going to be a matter of how the other coach adapts to the killer lineup, let's call it that, of the other team. We all know about Golden State's small lineup, where they go small, put Draymond at the 5, and just run cats into the damn ground. But Oklahoma City has found their own version of that by sitting. They go big. Cantor, Adams. They put Ibaka's ass on the bench in the fourth quarter. You feel me? So, and this is why they dominate on the glass so much and have so not well. That lineup isn't why they have in the regular season rebounding, but in the playoffs, look at the rebounding differentials. Even the game where Steph hits the big jump shot, the big half court jumper at the end of the game, and Mike Breen gives them the double bang. They out-rebound those dudes by like 30 rebounds in that game. But, it brings me to another point. Now that I think about it, shot making. Shot making is crucial, man. Like, the reason that, I'm not going to say you. The reason that you shouldn't, but the reason I don't ever walk away from a Golden State Warriors game, they down 16, they down 18 points. Hell, that's a couple of shots and a couple of stops. And you've seen them do it. You understand what I'm saying? So they get buckets, and they get them in these waves sometimes. Going back, to that small lineup, where they just kind of get on the horse, man. Draymond rebounds the basketball, and they everybody just break out running, finding spots on the floor, and let your power forward, who at this point in time with this lineup is playing center, he makes the decisions. It's going to be interesting. And the way you get out of that, by the way, the way you get them out of that, and no one's found a way to do it because of that dude, because of Draymond. You gotta kill him on the glass, and your bigs gotta score. Your bigs gotta do work, and more times than not, man, it works the other way. They force people to put their bigs on the bench, man, when they go to that lineup, and then you got dudes playing together who ain't used to playing together. You got like smaller dudes playing the quote-unquote like Draymond. He act like a dude in a 7-footer's body, but he only 6'6". There ain't no other dudes there are a few dudes in the league that are like that have that grimy ass mentality, that are able to do that, then turn around and spot up for a 3 at the top of the circle. Yeah, it's real weird, and it's gonna be good. I think the attraction to this series is going to be pace. You're going to see dudes, instead of watching, bounce passes and guys move without the basketball, which I think is a beautiful thing that San Antonio does. We see it down here when it's going right with the Atlanta Hawks as well. I like it, but, for the casual observer, I think it looks better to see Russ just blazing up and down the court, like banging on dudes and, pulling up for threes and putting the guns in the holster. It's a more aesthetically pleasing product to the eye. You know what I mean? It's much more pleasing to the eye watching these two teams do what they do. So I'm excited about it. Now, the show might not even go to the top of the hour. I'm going to be honest with you, because I want to get somewhere and get comfortable and watch this game and try to from this game 1, assess what I might see going forward. Now, to me, I think, be honest with you, I think they're going to catch another brick. I think Oklahoma City's going to catch another brick tonight. The way they caught one, maybe not as bad as they caught that first brick against San Antonio. But I think we're going to see a battle of two styles, and people are looking back to make their judgment on what's in front of them. Meaning they're looking at the San Antonio series because I don't understand how that happened. How you don't give these dudes a chance. I call it a puncher's chance. And people might look at that as a negative or put a negative connotation on that, but hell no. If you watch fights, boxing, MMA, you know what that means. That mean on any given night, in any given situation, I'll solve your puzzle and put your ass to sleep. And this is what happened. This is exactly what happened with the Spurs. You know what I mean? Which, by the way, why is no one talking about how much of a failure that is? Because everybody was primed and ready to, if no matter what happened, no matter who got hurt for the Golden State Warriors, if they didn't make it to, I don't even think most people said the Western Conference Finals, if they didn't make it to the finals after pushing the limits on that 73 wins, people were going to be talking, oh, it's going to be a failure. Well, what about the Spurs? The model franchise, the guys who got it all figured out, who broke records of their own. Most home wins? Home wins. They didn't even make it to the conference finals. So are we now talking about that being a failure? Remember, because everybody was talking about the passing of the torch. Going to go from Manu and Tony and Tim to Kawhi and LaMarcus, and who else would be a three? They said something about it. Oh, no. This is when they was talking about the third person would be Kevin Durant, who, by the way, I talked about it the other day. I don't know. They get close again. Like, what did I read today? It doesn't even seem like this is the case, but check this out. I think 4 out of the last 6 conference finals included the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's weird. Not weird in the fact, it's just weird that it happened, but it doesn't seem like it did for some weird, crazy reason. So we'll see. We'll see later on tonight for the people who are listening live, and if you listen to this on the following day, I'm talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder Golden State Warriors game. Which, God, why can't it just come on a little bit earlier, man? Can we get some 8 o'clock action going on? God, they love to be. Oh God. But anyway, I told you guys I was going to tell you about the Philadelphia 76ers as well. And this is the One Mic with Big Mike show. We got a couple more minutes left in this segment. You guys can check out the website, onemicwithbigmike.com, OneMICWITHBIGMIKE. And at the bottom of the home screen, you'll see the live stream player. There's also a thought bubble on there dancing around. You just click on that. That'll get you inside the live interactive chat room. Also, you can do the same thing via the Spreaker website, which is where I broadcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 7 o'clock. It's Spreaker, SPREAKER.com, and the app, like I said, for all your mobile devices. Same thing. Search for my show, though, One Mic with Big Mike. Follow me, and then sign up for your free Spreaker account. You know what I mean? And then just do the same thing with the thought bubble. You'll see a thought bubble on the player. Click on it. You'll be in the live interactive chat room, being able to share your thoughts, ask your questions, however you want to handle yourself, man. I don't regulate that thing. It's pretty much a self-sufficient, everybody's on the honor code type of thing. So no, the Philadelphia 76ers. This news came out a little while ago about, well, not this news. A couple of weeks ago, or maybe not a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, the NBA decided that they were going to allow for teams to sell advertisements on their jerseys via a 2.5 by 2.5 inch patch on the left, the left shoulder, I guess, right? Opposite of the NBA logo. And the Philadelphia 76ers are the first ones to go ahead and get that done. They signed up with StubHub. Got a little patch. And they keep saying a 2.5 by 2.5 rectangular patch. Well, here's the thing. It can't be, as far as I know, and I failed geometry one year, but if it's 2.5 by 2.5, that would make it a square, would it not? Like, I know, I said there would be no math, but I'm just, All right, whatever. Keep it moving. So anyway, StubHub is the first one, right? And let me see if I can find that damn quote by the people, by the president of the 76ers, right? All right, so they sold it for 3 seasons at $5 million a year. This is the NBA is looking to get like $150 million out of this. You feel me? And they're gonna split it 50-50 team NFL, and then the team will split it 50-50 between the team and the revenue sharing that will go back in towards the salary cap, towards the player salary. So everybody wins, but people are like being all like, "Oh man, this is crazy, man. What are they gonna do that for?" Okay, first of all, calm down. One, first of all, you're not even gonna notice it's there, and then everybody, it's a gateway. It's gonna turn to NASCAR. All right, so freaking what? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I know what teams are what teams. I can read my TV screen, and if you pay your money to go see a team, it ain't like they gonna spring up a fake team on you because you can't tell what jersey they wearing. Come on, man. Let's be for real. Rachel Nichols, who, like I said, I love her show, The Jump. Oh, when is enough money enough money? When is enough air for you to breathe? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even understand that. Like, when is the sex too good? Again, doesn't make sense. Certain things, they just don't put a cap on it. Especially when you talk about a league like the NBA, who's obviously, man, everybody's chasing the NFL in every realm. So if they can go get some more money by just putting, and like I said it earlier, or when the story came out, they did it at the All-Star break, or the All-Star game, excuse me. There was a Kia patch on the jerseys. Well, nobody up in arms about that. Calm down, man. The soccer dudes do it, The WNBA, they got stuff everywhere, but that's because they broke. Like, they got to try to find ways to, bake sales and selling donuts on the off ramp, all that kind of stuff, man, to get money for the WNBA because it don't make no money. Which, by the way, I think the 20th season just started. I think I heard that somewhere. It just seems like it's been longer than that for them. I don't know. They say time flies when you're having fun, but I guess it does the opposite when you don't. I don't know. Anyway, here's a quote from CEO Scott O'Neil, the 76ers CEO. He says, "We are about being first, being different, being innovative, and getting to the market as quickly as we can," end quote. Yeah, sometimes, especially in a situation like this where ain't nothing going to pop off till 2017-18 anyway. Yeah, you think maybe hold out, get the price up a little bit, especially if you're the 76ers and, advertising on your jerseys don't really mean crap. Do better first. You got a pretty good chance. And I'll tell you guys a little bit later here. I'll tell you now what the odds are for the 76ers to get the number one pick. And tomorrow is the NBA draft lottery for the people who care about that, all that. Because on Wednesday, everybody's going to be talking about the conspiracy. Oh, my God. The frozen envelope. The ping pong balls. Shut your ass up, man. Everybody want to be a conspiracy ninja. The 76ers have a 25% chance of having the number one pick, 64.3% of having a top 3 pick. The Los Angeles Lakers, this is big for them. They have a 19.9% chance of getting the number one pick, and a 55, kind of a flip of the coin for them, boy, for that top 3. And, if they don't fall within the top 3, they lose the pick altogether. Then there's Boston, who got the pick from Brooklyn during that whole, rigmarole with KG and then Paul Pierce and them boys. They have a 15% chance of getting the number one pick. And again, a 46.9% chance of falling in the top 3. And I'm only going to read 3 because it goes about 10 or 12 deep, but who gives a damn when the odds start getting that low. But those are the 3 teams, the Celtics, the Lakers, and the 76ers that have the best chance, the 3 best chances of scoring that number one pick, who a lot of people. I saw a mock today that had the kid from Duke as the number one pick, and then Ben Simmons second. My guy Deshaun Tate, man, he's gonna come on the show maybe like as soon as next week, maybe. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get into this draft, this NBA draft, because I don't pay attention to it at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care. It's 2 rounds. I can take it or leave it. When I come back, I'm gonna wrap the show up. I gotta tell you what the Falcons are doing in the upcoming season, or in the first season, I should say, at the new building, which I don't think will be this coming season. Will be the following season. I also gotta talk to you guys once again about Russell Wilson and about the Olympics and some of the stuff that's going on within that whole crooked-ass system of international sports. I do it next on the One Mic with Big Mike show, heard on Spreaker.com Monday, Wednesday, and Friday starting at 7, as well as on the One Mic with BigMike.com website. That is the number 1, MICWITHBIGMIKE.com.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Lakewood means rewind, a gunshot means forward. You requested it, so we rewind.
Yeah. Got enemies. I don't have no damn enemies. I got that views situation, man. I hadn't really gotten through. I got through a couple of songs in it, but I hadn't really had a chance to sit down and check it out. I don't know. I don't really critique music, man. You know what I mean? I think a lot of these dudes are talented, man. They can do better than I can do. Shoot. I mean, that's pretty much how low my bar is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I can't do it. I don't got no damn flow. And apparently this dude sold 1 million records in a week. I don't know if that necessarily means it's good, but it's popular enough. So, and he's popular enough, and nowadays that's all that counts. Today, by the way, this is the One Mic with Big Mike show. I'm Big Mike. Spreaker.com is where you might be hearing me right now, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday starting at 7, as well as on my website, onemicwithbigmike.com. You guys can check me out there right now, live. Tell your friends, and tell your friends. Now, this morning, I told you guys the old lady, she's out of town for a couple of days or whatnot. So I had to actually take her to work because they chartered a situation to drive to Tennessee where they're at. And I had a chance this morning to listen to some morning radio. And I'm not a real fan of it, to be honest with you, like morning radio on urban stations, because I think it's all kind of generic and it's all about, cackling and hackling and not a whole lot of substance involved in it. But I understand, it's a product. It's a product and it's consumable and it's being consumed. The Breakfast Club situation to me, I think is cool. You know what I mean? It's not a whole lot of that. It's not a whole lot of that going on. But, the old lady was driving because I was still half asleep in the passenger seat, to be honest with you. And she was listening to Ricky Smiley. And apparently, I don't know if you guys know who Lunell is, right? Lunell is the she's a comedian, funny as hell. The chick with the short blonde hair, overweight, heavy set chick. The dude on the show, the gay dude, was talking about how one of those housewife ladies is doing a comedy bit now, a comedy act. And Lunell's kind of, I guess she's got her panties in a bunch about it. It's like, no, you don't do that. You don't just step into this industry. You got to work hard and this, that, and I hate that, man. I hate when people do that, man. People act like they the gatekeepers of a certain industry. You know, it happens in media and it happens in like, I'm a perfect example, right? In radio. When I got into radio was about, you know, some sort of talent. Hi, Renee. Welcome back. Damn, I thought you ain't mess with me no more. Renee's in the chat room, everybody. And say hello to C-Mac, big foe. I don't know why they just make me laugh. This is a big foe. Maybe because I thought it said big toe for the whole time. That's probably why I'm being silly about it. But no, so in radio, you know, you had to have certain actual qualifications, like broadcasting qualifications. I have one. I have a broadcasting degree from the Columbia School of Broadcasting. Now it's about how many Twitter followers you got. You know, and what am I going to do? Be mad about that? No, the evolution has changed, especially like in music radio, because you don't have to have anything to say. Listen to your favorite radio station, right? And you tell me what's being said. That's like how many things are being said that's an actual original thought. Very few. It's like, yeah, so-and-so is going to be at this club tonight. They're going to be giving away free drinks. Ladies, you get in free before such and such. Go hang out with my boy, so-and-so. I'm going to come back and play this Fetty Wap right here on the station, bringing all the hits. And then you go to break. Or you hear something like, man, let me tell you what happened to Drake. Drake did this, you know. They're giving you, excuse me, somebody else's news. So you don't really have to have anymore a lot of a skill to do the gig. You got to have popularity. That's what now it seems like to be the draw, popularity. And there are people who are upset about that. No, this dude ain't never done radio in his whole life. How he getting? Man, look, the game and change. Like either change with it or bounce. That sounds pretty plausible to me. But to say like Ricky Smiley was trying to talk about how you know, you just don't do that in comedy, man. You know, you got to put in your dues and all that. You know what happens, especially in something like comedy? You know what happens inevitably? People realize you ain't funny. You know what I mean? Like that happens like real quick. Like for me doing this, everybody feels like they can talk about sports, and I mean everybody. You know what I mean? My mom tried to have conversations with me about sports. She don't know nothing about no damn sports at all. You know what I mean? One day me and my mom was looking at TV, and the Celtics was on. And he was like, and then Doug Collins was talking about how much of an impact Isaiah Thomas is going to have on the game. My mom looked at me with the straightest face ever. He's still playing basketball? No, Mom. Different guy, spelled differently, and 1,000,000 years younger. You know what I mean? No. But everyone thinks because sports is so, it casts such a wide net, that everyone has a certain level of knowledge. But then you put somebody in front of a microphone and tell them to talk for 2 hours. I've seen dudes who consider themselves professionals run out of material, like do like an overnight shift when everybody else is asleep, run out of stuff within the first segment of the show and be praying that somebody calls the show. Me, I was trained to act as though there are no phones, like the phones don't work. Have your crap together. You know what I mean? Be able to talk at some point, inform people, also entertain them, and then go home and then just leave. You know what I mean? So I hear this conversation this morning. I'm like, come on, man. It can't be like that. Can't be a thing, because the hypocrisy is this. These two people, Ricky Smiley and Lunell, are both comedians, so they're in their feelings a little bit. But this broad is she's considered an actor. She ain't no damn thespian. She was on a housewives show. Now, there are people who train and go through auditions and rejections and all these type of things before they become actors, and some people never make it. But you know what? Those are the breaks. Everything ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Sometimes things just fall your way, man. And if she got the opportunity to go either be successful or bomb at comedy, I don't think it's anybody else's problem. I don't think it take anything away from who or what Luenell is. And the time she had to bomb material and try material out in small rooms of, 20-something people. Look, man, that's your story, man. Things are different now, though. I remember telling Gerald Brown this a couple weeks ago, that you got to worry about people not being stars. A person is a star if enough people say they are. You know what I mean? That little kid. Anybody saw that video of that little kid that was working out, that little Jamaican kid that was working his buddies out on the porch? Yeah, this kid ends up on the sideline coaching with Drake at the All-Star game, and I saw a clip of him on Ellen meeting Usain Bolt. That dude became famous for doing nothing, for just hanging out with his partners and filming it. And that's the culture that we're in now. So the people who are like, oh, boy, if you still on that, I don't know what to tell you, but it ain't gonna get no better. Like, it ain't gonna, time ain't gonna reverse itself. Jump in. If you feel like you deserve some of it, jump in, man. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I look around and think I'm the fool, trying to stay true to the craft and being an actual broadcaster. Yeah, it is what it is, man. That's funny. Yeah, the Doug Stewart thing has come across my desk. It has, and it's a possibility. I ran into his brother this morning. As a matter of fact, C-Mac is telling me that I should hook up with Doug Stewart, a former 2 Live Stu. He got his own gig right here on Spreaker, as a matter of fact. And he says my show is better than the ones. I've heard some of those shows, by the way. When Doug and I we've emailed back and forth about this situation a couple times, man, and it's on the table. It's there. But yeah, I ran into his brother today. His brother's kids go to the where my old lady works. She does like the data collection for like a Head Start situation here in Georgia. So downstairs from the corporate offices, they have like the daycares downtown. And I guess he was dropping his boys off, and that dude was so wide awake, boy. I'm looking at this dude like, man, it's so damn early, man. How you so loud and so upbeat already? I start feeling ashamed of myself. I'm like, what's going on in my life? Well, I'm just like, oh, God, get out of the car. As I go back, and I didn't even work out this morning. That's probably why I feel even worse, man. But anyway, yeah, I heard that this morning, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I don't know why, but it's just crazy, man, that people, how resistant people are to change. And I think it's a microcosm of society as it is, man. When people run around talking about, oh, my God, how can a transgender person use the bathroom that they choose to use? Oh, God, just, just things are different, man. And the thing that doesn't grow is dead, man. And if you want to, you want to keep doing things, and people with their stupid traditions and all that, like, very few people, it's funny how very few people see the link between a lot of the prejudices and the bigotry that goes on in the world and the things that we hold close to our hearts, the rituals and things that we hold close to ourselves. All those things are exclusionary, man. And no one agrees with me on that, so we'll move on. Let's see what else I have on the notes, because this game about to start, man. And if it do while I'm talking, I'm gonna be hella distracted. You feel me? Russell Wilson went back to his alma mater at Wisconsin and gave a commencement speech for the people who are whose voices are horrible? Mine? Probably. Yeah, I know. I am no dose says your voices are horrible. I know, dude. Appreciate you checking in though, brother. Whose voice did I do though? Did I do someone's voice? Anyway, it's the constant hits to the head, man. It's starting to take effect. So Russell Wilson goes back to his alma mater, right, and give this commencement speech, and like he's a weirdo. I don't care what nobody says. He's a total weirdo. Great, he's a good quarterback, but he's a weirdo, and I don't know if he tried to like just go off the cuff with the whole commencement speech or what it is, but he said some things and talked about some things in his past, some of the things that motivated him or that he used as motivation to become better and prove people wrong. You know, most people have those stories. A lot of people who are professional athletes have those stories, those I told you so stories. But he kind of went directly, he went directly at his former college football coach. If you guys don't know the story, the reason he ended up at Wisconsin is because his college football coach didn't want him to play, both baseball and football at North Carolina State, so he bounced. And when he got to Wisconsin, made an impression, same way he did in Seattle, made an impression on everybody to the point where he was on campus for like a week or two, and they voted him a team captain immediately. But he goes back to Wisconsin today this weekend for a commencement speech, and he starts talking about how, this dude told me I wasn't going to be able to do this. I was too short. I'd never play it down in the NFL and all this kind of stuff. Well, I wasn't even going to talk about this today, but then I read this quote from one of his teammates. I guess a former lineman. His name is Kalani, either Hepe or Hep, Heppe. He says, quote, I think it is pretty well known how much it's supposed to be despised, but he put despised Tom O'Brien on a molecular level. However, getting rid of Russell Wilson was the one admirable thing he did during his tenure at NC State. 80% of the sugar honey iced tea that Russell said in his speech didn't even happen. It was really hard for Russell to field punts and play safety when his head was firmly lodged up the offensive coaches' asses on a daily basis. Russell was a great player, but he was a me player, unable to put the team before himself and his illustrious baseball career at State. F. Russell. Us real estate people still have Phillip Rivers to claim, end quote. That's so ridiculously stupid, man. Like, that just sounds like a dude that's jealous, man. Like, I don't even understand what the criticism is. Like, he says this is a dude who had, like, anytime I hear about people, like, disgruntled people from their job, because he already said in the first sentence that he hated the coach. But secondly, people at their job, like, man, the reason I ain't get promoted because, all these other cats be around here kissing the ass. Well, I mean, when in Rome, I don't know, what you complain about then? If they making double what you making and you keep doing the same thing, it seems like you may be, in the dummy pile, not them. And that's what this sounds like to me. He's kissing coach ass all the time. All right. I mean, I guess you may be able to make that same argument about his time in Seattle. Outside of the fact that it's not considered kissing ass, it's considered a dude who started, I think, third on the damn depth chart and went out of his way to get as much knowledge in a short amount of time as possible. So coming out of Wisconsin as a third-round pick, after they just signed Matt Flynn to a huge contract, was able to beat him out and convinced a bunch of other veterans that he was the dude for the job. One person calls it kissing ass. The other person calls it digging yourself out of a hole that you didn't create. Again, dude's a total weirdo. Because he said a bunch of other stuff, too. He's like, when you find a girl out of your league, marry her. Ask her to marry you. I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, Sierra, she tight, but you the dude with the 100 milli. Just saying. It kind of balances out a little bit in that context. He talked about not throwing. He made fun of himself throwing the interception at in the Super Bowl. It was kind of weird. The parts that I heard, it was kind of weird. But again, it's coming from a weirdo. So what you expect? But people try to pin it as. I heard people today talking about how these people go to Wisconsin. They don't care about your story about NC State. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe the commentary is not about just NC State. The overall, and this is what I'm talking about. ESPN wants you guys to be dumb because most people don't sit around and want to hear Russell Wilson talk about this. He the thing is, he was making a point that so many times people will tell you what you can't do, but it's up to you to believe wholeheartedly in what you can do and move forward with that mentality. And I mean, that's a good message for anybody. You know what I mean? And if he's using, like, whose experience is he supposed to be using? These are things that actually, well, according to him, happened to him. The dude that played line for him said 80% of it was bull. So I don't know how he would know. Because he's talking about a phone call, by the way. When he's talking about his coach telling him all this stuff, he's talking about a phone call. So I don't know how this offensive lineman would know that. It's just weird, and that's why I bring it up. Let's see how much time I got. Yes, Renee. Jesus Christ, Renee. Money isn't everything, but it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Especially, like, here's the thing. Like, women love to, like, hit you with that thing, that money isn't everything thing. But I point at Lil Wayne. Look at all the bras that Lil Wayne has gotten pregnant. The chick Nunu from the ATL movie, Nivea, the other chick, the one that with the daughter. Yeah, these are pretty bad broads. Yeah, Lil Wayne is just an average dude, you know, going to UPS every day. It ain't happening. Because he's not what you would call a handsome young man. You feel me? He just doesn't fit into that category. But again, I'm a firm believer. Everybody can't have everything. You know, that dude is one of the more talented MCs, one of the coldest lyricists, and he's accumulated a lot of scratch because of it. And because of that scratch, it gives him access to certain things and certain people. You know, if that's the hustle, that's the hustle. And I'm all with it. You'll very rarely, unless it's on some deviant stuff, I don't knock nobody hustle, man. Everybody trying to get they place and they slice of the pie, man. However you want to do it. I was talking to my old lady about that this weekend, man. We was having a pretty interesting conversation, and then we was talking about like, I made the comment to her that I don't understand. I don't have a clear understanding. It doesn't make sense to me why, like, black people and women are so damn religious. You know what I mean? Because in essence, man, like, especially for women, like, if woman's like extra religious. I asked my mom, my sister this. Like, the Bible tells you basically from the beginning that you ain't crap. You know what I mean? That you're not. But so many women are so, like, deeply entrenched in their belief system, and it's all good. But I just don't understand, man. I always feel like one of the biggest tricks that men have played on women from the beginning of time is to downplay their actual potential. You know what I mean? And putting them in subservient roles and these minuscule labels put on women. When in reality, you know, all that, I mean, if you're someone who believes that a man was put to sleep and a bone was taken from his body and that created a woman, fine. I'm good. But in reality, biology tells me different. That really women control the world. Period, point blank, man. Like, because they can get out of us what they need to do what they got to do. It don't work the same way the other way around. And so when we were talking about, like, women and being property, and now that seems to be like the thing, right? Like, women, like, what's the chick name? Black China and Amber Rose and women like that. They've kind of accepted that role, and they kind of placate to it, that they've turned themselves into property. And whatever, you know, that's your hustle. That's the way you come up. Look, what I'm going to say? You know what I mean? If I was a woman and I had the ability, maybe I would too. But they invest in it. They invest in the plastic surgery and the boobs and the ass and all that kind of stuff. And then they go get pregnant by some dude that got a bunch of scratch, and now they set. And inevitably, however you go about it, man, it ain't illegal. So however you go about it, we all kind of on that same journey. You know what I mean? We all looking for the tap out. What's the thing that we can do to get us to the place where we have access and we're comfortable and we're able to do the things that we dream of doing? But we also got to understand, like, for women, you got to understand that it's a trade out. You know what I mean? You've put yourself in a position where you are the property of a man in a certain sense. So when dudes act like that, it can't really be, in their cases, it can't really be no complaint. I don't know how I got off on that. To be honest with you, I don't know how that kind of went in that direction, but, you know, it is what it is. let's see. Make sure I got everything out before I wrap the show up today. I forgot. Last thing. This is the last thing, and I'm gonna get up out of here. The Atlanta Falcons are doing something that, on its surface, it seems pretty damn awesome. When they open up the new situation down there, when they open up the new stadium, they're gonna lower the concession prices. It's gonna be the lowest in the National Football League. So all you Falcons fans, you ride or die. Which, by the way, I told you guys the other day, you're not. Just go look at Vice Sports and how them dudes over there in England be acting about them soccer teams. Dude, I'm looking at it last night. Them dudes, before the game even started, they just, like, the dudes are on the field warming up, and they're acting oblivious to this, by the way. They up there setting fires. These dudes done ripped the seats out, the stadium seats out, and start, like, fighting the police. The police got on riot gear. They beating the shields with the damn seats. All this is going on. The game ain't even close to starting yet. Yeah, those dudes over there, too real about their sports. So y'all can keep hollering out, ride or die. You're not. You're not, dude. You're like a suburban gang member. So anyway, here are the prices. And they seem pretty reasonable to me. You get a hot dog for $2, a slice of pizza for $3. I don't know how big these things are. Your nachos are going to be $3. Waffle fries, $3. A cheeseburger, $5. A chicken tender basket. So I guess that's the tenders and the fries and whatnot. You get popcorn for $2. Pretzels, $2. Peanuts, $3. Here's the big one, though. Like, you get a regular drink, right? But it's unlimited for $2, and you can just get that joint refilled. And even if you get like a souvenir cup, $4, but you continue to get it refilled as many as you want. And then the bottled water is $2 and the beer is $5. So it sounds reasonable to me. Like, I don't go to many games, and when I do, I load up, fuel up before I get there, so I don't have to pay those exorbitant prices. But good for them. I just, my whole thing is, because I'm such a pessimist, how is it going to play in the ticket price? You know what I mean? Like, where is this price going to be absorbed? And who's going I mean, well, not who. You guys are going to get hit over the head with it, but just how badly is the question. Is the parking going to be a different situation? Is, the ticket prices, like, how's this going to work? And maybe it doesn't. Maybe everything stays consistent, and, this just happens to be and then the quality of the food, too. Yeah, keep a lookout for that. They putting, roadkill in the hot dogs. Well, yeah, of course it's going to be cheaper. Maybe overpriced still then. But, no, I don't know. I think it's a good look. Arthur Blank has done stuff like this before. You remember, was it the year before Mike Vick? No, it was the year Mike Vick got. He, like, slashed tickets half price, man, for people to pack the dome out, man. So Arthur Blank, he's got that Home Depot DNA, man, that customer service DNA. So this is the second time I've seen him do something like this, and so based on previous actions, I like to feel like it's legit. So good for y'all, good for Falcons fans. Y'all can go eat and watch a game in the brand new stadium as well. So good for y'all. And then here's Renee in the chat room as I leave, telling me how crazy I sound. Like, Renee thinks I can't talk about anything regarding women. You know what I mean? Like, because I have a penis, I don't have the authority to talk about women. Of course I do. And as much as you want to hate to believe it, I'm right. I'm right. There are certain women who have taken their place and accepted the role of being the property of a man. And they use that position in order to come up financially. I mean, look, ain't no judgment. Run it, man. Run your junk, man. I'm good with it. But I do also realize that it's a reality. Anyway, man, let me play this damn music, man, so I can get out of here. I see David Aldridge talking to Klay Thompson, so that must mean the game about to start. And I ain't finna be talking to you damn knuckleheads while this game going on. I'm trying to see I got some steak downstairs ready to go in the broiler. Yeah, it's about to go down. Wifey's out of town. Let's do this, man. It's the One Mike with Big Mike show, Monday edition. I'll be back on Wednesday, man, and that'll probably be the last episode for the week, because I got to go meet her in Tennessee and hang out and do the right thing. Do the right thing like Spike Lee. Anyway, man, I appreciate you guys for hollering at me. Welcome back, Renee. My guy, I am no doze. Big Foe, C-Mac. Appreciate you guys jumping on in the chat room and keeping me some company while I run my damn mouth, man. Don't forget, if you didn't get a chance to hear the entire episode of the show, you guys can also go to your TuneIn app, your iTunes app, also the Spreaker app for all your mobile devices. Everything is archived there. It's also archived on the website, onemicwithbigmike.com. I think I got everything out I wanted to say tonight, and if I didn't, it must not have been that damn important. So we'll do it again, man, on Hump Day. You guys take care and enjoy the basketball game, man. And don't punch nobody in the damn... Well, I don't even say don't punch nobody, because sometimes people deserve it. Punch people in the damn face at your discretion. How about that? And I'll see you guys later.